Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How are you doing today? I thought I would jump on here and give you kind of like a feeling of what happened to us this weekend. You had plenty of pictures and stuff like that in the videos, of course. But I'll tell you what, there were some breakthroughs and there was some emotion and there was some love and there were some amazing people there. And there were people there whose stories were just stunning. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you. Well, let me try. Anybody who knows our business knows there's levels you reach as you help more and more people. And there's a young lady, and I'm going to call her young because I think she's only 30, um, who lives in Texas, was born and raised there, never graduated high school. As a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, she never even got into high school. She was pulled out of grade school and homeschooled, and even that didn't work for her. And her life got progressively worse. She always struggled with weight. She had all these things going on. And she found our program, began to lose the weight, began to have the mind shift that we have when we do this program, because that's what this is about. It's not about losing the weight. It's about shifting your mind over to this new way of thinking. And then people started noticing all that weight coming off her, and she started to coach. And this is a true story, guys. She reached the highest level in our company in 1 year without a high school degree, without a high school diploma, without even going to high school. And in her speech, she said, "You know something?" She goes, "I'm not even worried about it anymore." Just powerful second right there. Just that statement. Because she went from someone who most people would look at and say, "You don't even have a high school diploma," just someone that people look at and say, "Ooh, I want to be just like you." But see, that's the thing. I don't want to be just like her. I want to be me, but help as many people as possible. But the point of the story is that you don't have to be a wizard. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to be really, 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 or at least perceived to be really, really smart to do what we do. You have to care about people. Simple, simple. Care about people. And I'll tell you what, she is amazing. And then later on, we had a panel of people who, I'll use the word that it was. It was a diversity panel. And a couple of my friends were on the panel. One was hosting it, another was a member of the panel. But there was a girl in there who I'd heard speak before, but I never really knew her entire story. But let me give you a synopsis of what her story is. Born in Mexico, emigrated legally to the United States with a backpack and a husband. That's it. No job, no prospects. Didn't even speak English. Didn't even speak English. She's working multiple jobs to make ends meet, scrimping and saving. And I'll tell you this as a backdrop. When Joan and I were on the weight loss phase of our program, we saved money. We still do. We're saving money over what we spent before on food. And we're eating healthier now than we ever did. So anybody tells you eating healthy is expensive, lying to you. They're shopping at the wrong stores. Anyway, so this girl doesn't have penny, nothing, right? but she wants to get healthy. She wants to lose the weight. So she has a yard sales. Her husband's mad at her. He's yelling at her, don't have any more yard sales. You don't understand. Well, she decides to coach. She's now at the highest level of the company. Bear in mind, when she started, she couldn't speak English. And we were a startup. I mean, really, back then, even over the last few years, there was not a whole lot of Spanish literature. The company hadn't really gotten caught up with that yet because they were focused on other things, expanding into the Middle East, or I'm sorry, the Asia was really Singapore and Hong Kong. So they didn't really focus on the Spanish part. But this girl, this woman, had to translate everything herself from English to Spanish. Bear in mind, English was barely her second language. She created the Spanish version of our company documentation and our program, so that people who don't speak English and are learning English can still do the program. And she's now one of the most successful people in the company. There was not a dry eye in the place, guys. What are we doing? What are we doing? I mean, seriously, like, that made me think. This girl had nothing. This girl had no language skills from our language. She had no connections here. She had no friends here. She had nothing here. She turned it into a life-changing event. Look at me. Sorry. That's how powerful it was. She then proceeded to say that most of us don't appreciate living here. We have so much potential in this country. You have so much potential in this country. Every one of you who watches this today, all 5 of you who are watching, I don't know who you are, but I see 5 people watching. You have more potential than you know. You just have to do it. And that was my takeaway from this. I was just blown away by this woman. We were probably in meetings for 10 hours. She spoke for 4 minutes. I was done. 10 hours of meetings, 4 minutes, done. So here's what I'm going to say to you guys. We want to help as many people as possible change their lives, whether it's financial, whether it's in their mind, or whether it's in their health. That's fine. But we're here to help other people change their lives because it changed my life. I mean, you've seen the pictures of me. If you haven't, go look at my page. You've seen the pictures of me sitting there smoking cigars, drinking like a fish, not doing anything but sitting around doing nothing. And now today, I walked 4.5 miles this morning before 9:30. Yesterday, I went out and did 3 miles on the kayak as fast as I could, set a record pace for myself. Every day I'm getting better and stronger. And then Joan wanted to go out. So not only did I go out for my hour and yank and crank for an hour, but then I took her out. Her pace wasn't mine, which is why I said, let me go out by myself and then I'll take you out. Because I do a blistering pace. I push myself as hard as I can out there. Remember, 2 stents in my heart, guys. 2 stents. Had a heart attack in 2009. And I'm out there yanking and cranking on a kayak on the lake every other day for 3 miles at least. Sometimes more. It depends on how much time I'm out there. So listen, If you're sitting at home feeling sorry for yourself, stop. Come on out. Change your life. Don't feel sorry for yourself, because guess what? You're not a sorry person. You're a great person hiding behind your fears, hiding behind what you don't know. It took me a long time to realize that. But now I want to share it with anybody who wants to listen. So that's sort of like the two big takeaways from this. Oh, and then my story this morning about Jane was just, oh. I have a habit when I'm at these events, when I meet someone, to just simply, we all do this. All of us coaches do this. It's just because we're story people. We like to tell stories. Because really, truthfully, life is a story. So this lady was sitting there behind us, and I just turned around and said, "Hi, what's your name?" And she told me, and I said, "What's your story?" And she proceeded to tell me a story that just blew me away, almost as much as Erica Acuna's story. Almost. Because she had open heart surgery and gained like 20 to 30 pounds after it, which she didn't want to do. She thought she was going to get better after the surgery, and she didn't. So now she's not feeling well about herself. And then COVID hit, and she put on more weight. So by the time she started our program, I think she said she was up like close to 60 or 70 pounds. And she was suicidal. She wanted to end it. She's like, I just want to end this. She couldn't cook for herself. She couldn't clean herself. She couldn't do anything. She was done. She started our program, and she's down 70 pounds today, and she's coaching. She was at convention, and she was the happiest person I ever met in my life. She smiled from ear to ear. If you go to my wall today, you'll see a picture of a group of us. She's got the biggest wave going on out of everybody. Turned her life around. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thanks for watching. And if you like this, share it with somebody. If you know somebody who needs some help, share it with them. And I'm also on YouTube, guys, just so you know. And I'll be posting this on our website too. So, hey, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, and let's get the world healthy. Later, guys.